for the warm introduction, and thank you to everyone in the Big Ten for putting this together. It's a great event, and I'm really happy to be here. And I'll start by saying I'm really excited about our team and what I think we can accomplish this year. And we returned some really key members off last year's team. I think kind of our strength will be our backcourt, with Madison Green returning as point guard, J.C. Sheldon off the ball will be a big part of what the team that we're gonna be this year. It's been certainly a different year this year, past COVID sort of, and our team has certainly enjoyed more of an opportunity to be together this summer and certainly this fall, and I think we're definitely further ahead than we were a year ago, and I'm excited to get started. Thank you.
We'll now open it up to questions.
Kevin, Adam Jardy with the Columbus Dispatch, off to your left here.
Okay.
Wanted to ask you about JC and maybe the way her taking a step forward as a sophomore. If you could expand a little bit on what you see her continuing to grow and what you think this season might look like for her.
Yeah, no, she's an incredible player, and she's an exceptional athlete who really plays well in our system. We've traditionally had one of the faster teams in the country, and that really plays to her strengths. She's got great speed and quickness. She's really, thus far this year improved, I think, on the defensive end as much as anything. I think she'll take a big step there. But I expect her to have, an outstanding season and be one of the best players in the Big Ten.
Mick Walker, Buckeye Scoop.com. Thank you for talking to us. I just want to ask you about how Ohio heavy your roster is and how you've made that an effort to build up the program with Ohio and local talent.
Yeah, Ohio's a great state for grassroots basketball, AAU, and high school, and so certainly that's been a huge priority for me and for our staff to make sure we can keep as many Ohio players home as possible. And we haven't kept them all home, but I think we've got the right ones for our program, and we will certainly go to other areas to recruit the right student athletes to be a part of our program. But as much as we can keep Ohio kids home, that's certainly something that we want to do.
Oh, right up front.
Hey, Coach, Steve Hellwagon, 24/7 Sports. Obviously, the postseason wasn't in play for you guys last year. I don't know if you've spoken about that or how it seemed unfair that the people who were penalized were the kids who had nothing to do with any of the situation that was involved. But I guess maybe whatever your final thought was about that episode, and then spinning forward, what it means to have that for a team that could be there this year, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that was a very difficult situation for our kids and for our program. Our kids had worked incredibly hard to put themselves in position to, have a chance to be in postseason, and it wasn't on the table for us. And, as an institution, we had to make difficult decisions, and I think we made the right decision, but it was really tough on our kids. And I think the success that we had last year, given that we didn't have the opportunity to go to postseason, really speaks to the character of our kids. They certainly could have mailed the season in, but we had a very successful season. We won a lot of games and really had a terrific year, and that speaks volumes to our players' character. Now it is terrific that we've put that behind us, hopefully, and would have an opportunity to be in postseason this year if we were to have the season where we earn that. But that is certainly a goal for us and something that we're going to work incredibly hard to hopefully be a part of.
In the back.
Kevin, Steve Stribbing, XL Sports, Indiana Sports Network. Kevin, not only are you trying to bring Ohio students, athletes into your program, but you've been instrumental in bringing a lot of international kids into Columbus and the Big Ten. Talk a little bit about that for the people that don't know anything about that.
Yeah, great question. We have certainly kind of ventured into the international market in terms of adding players from overseas to our roster, and we've had great success with that. And really it started as USA Basketball sort of expanded and started to send more teams overseas, and we were going to watch kids from the United States play. We said, hey, we're going over to these tournaments. We might as well kind of expand our recruiting efforts and look internationally. And there's more players from overseas coming to the United States to play than there ever has been before. And so we've worked, harder at that in the last few years, and we've been able to add some really talented players. And so that's been, it'll never be kind of like at the forefront of who we are as a program and the kids that we're going to recruit, but certainly it's kind of a secondary market for us. It's been really instrumental in us continuing to grow the program.
Kevin, I wonder if you could speak about the impact of name, image, and likeness on your program and how you've approached that with some of your players, and if you've seen some benefits from that already.
Yeah, that's obviously it's a new world for all of us in that space, and we have had some success. Some of our players have had some NIL deals that have been very good to them, and I think we're in a great position at The Ohio State University with the city of Columbus, which is obviously a great market for this, and in a city that really supports not only Ohio State, but they support women's athletics, and we have a lot of powerful female business owners in the city who are ready to get behind some of this stuff, and so we've had a lot of good opportunities for our kids so far, and I think that's going to only continue to expand.
Right up front.
Yeah, Coach, you have a bit of a void at the center position. How do you see that shaking out this year? You've got a couple of veteran-type players coming back, but just what do you see out there?
Yeah, we had incredible, in the last couple of years, we've had incredible depth around the basket with our posts, and we're a little bit not quite as deep in that position. But I will tell you, Rebecca Michalakakova and Tanea Beecham have both had outstanding off seasons, and I think they're going to have really embrace the opportunity to step up with more playing time and more opportunity. And so I think you guys will really be impressed with kind of where they are and what they bring to the program this year.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Coach. Really appreciate it.